Welcome to Dimensional Soup. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Denver airport. I was digging around through a bunch of crazy conspiracy stuff that I love, and one of the main, really intriguing at-home sort of conspiracies is the Denver airport and all the crazy stuff that's around it. And I promise you, this is just a coincidence. Our very own Tyler. Hey, Tyler. How you doing?
Hello.
Actually went to the Denver airport only a week ago. And also tonight we've got Sean.
Hello.
All right. We haven't seen him for a long time either, which is awesome to have him back. So welcome back, Sean.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. But Tyler isn't feeling the greatest right now. So we're going to let him not talk as much as we can. I'm going to ask him just some yes or no questions. And then he's just going to respond with short answers or yes or no.
I can talk, man. I'm not dying.
You're not dying? Are you
Nah.
sure?
Nah, I'll be all right.
You don't have consumption?
I don't. I don't have scurvy as well.
Okay, good. So you saw Lucifer, right? Which is the 32-foot horse out in front of the main entrance. Is it the main entrance of
Yep.
the Denver?
Yep.
Yeah.
As you drive in, it's the highway leads right up to the airport, so
Right on.
it's right on that highway there.
Yeah, so is it as blue as it looks in pictures? Like blue
Yeah.
and as creepy and veiny?
Yeah, I was driving up there at night, so I didn't have the best look at it, but
Right.
what was really creepy was the red eyes that were glowing on it.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, that's. I heard that they were originally intending to put laser beams go flying out of it at night, but
Of course.
they were already over budget, with
And
this airport.
They were down one man.
Yep.
And they were down one man. Yeah. The artist that created it got pinned up against a wall and bled out through his leg.
Wasn't it when the
So-
head fell off of the
Yeah, it was
off
the
of the
head.
statue? Yeah.
Yeah, it was the head. And that is first and foremost super weird and super creepy because it's like one of the horses of the apocalypse. It's big. It's terrifying looking. It's not like Seabiscuit is out there rearing its head up and, being a cute little pony. No, this thing is straight out of hell. So that's really creepy, and it's made. And the airport itself it looks like tents, right, or teepees, or
Yeah, kind of a bunch of white teepees all bunched together. Some are higher than others, so it kind of gives it some depth, but it was kind of cool looking. Looked like a big old spaceship looking thing from the distance.
There's one thing I wanted to add to this. Denver Airport's a
Go
nice airport.
through
but-
where those, or are those not the terminals, or is that like a different part of a building? You get what I'm saying?
You kind of broke up there.
Oh, sorry. Are those teepees like main terminals?
Yeah, that's where you pull up and check your bags, and then you kind of ride in a little tunnel afterwards to get over to your gate where you get it on the actual airplane.
Oh, okay. Are those made out of concrete or glass? Or...
No, it looks like cloth, almost like
No.
a tarp.
Wow.
Damn,
That's,
Maybe
this
real
is
teepee.
weird.
that would be weird. And okay, so the big question here: did you go underground, and did you travel through those tunnels?
You kind of have to when you get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
So where you get off there, you check your bags, and then you go downstairs, and then there's almost like a subway thing that you hop on. It plays like a little guitar riff when it arrives, and then takes off, and then you get off at one of 3 terminals that I could see. It was terminal A, B, and C.
Do you see any or do you see a weird amount of do not enter signs? Just say.
I didn't. Actually, some weird things I saw were pinwheels along the wall. So when the train goes by it spins these little pinwheels. I think it was art inside the wall, but to be honest, no, didn't see any
Nothing strange.
Nothing strange.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Nope.
Well, that's all right. That's because the rest of it is buried 5 miles underground or however much. So I know that some of the murals that we were really interested in seeing were taken down and painted over. Were they painted over, or was it just...
I didn't know exactly where we're. I usually go up there once a year, so
Right.
I saw it the year before. The one I saw was the almost Nazi-looking thing with a sword.
Oh, yeah. We'll go into that a little bit. I got
Yeah.
that
So
that
I
up
saw-
right here.
Yep, I saw that one last year. This
Wow.
year, I didn't see any of them.
Okay.
I flew a different airline. I don't know if it was a different terminal I was at, but
Right.
um,
Huh.
yeah.
That's strange. Well, talking about that picture that you just, mentioned about the guy that looks like a Nazi, people of course, have broken this down and say the reason why they painted over this picture is because it was a representation of what is to come. Notice how the sword that he has. Do you have this picture up? Do you know which one I'm talking about? Sean?
Oh yeah.
Okay. That is actually like a scimitar, right? Is that what it's called?
Yep.
It's a Middle Eastern sword. And those broken buildings are supposed to represent the Twin Towers. Yeah. So, yeah. And the rainbow that turns into kind of like a cloud of mist is supposed to be representative of chemtrails. So those chemtrails are what are causing this group of crying mothers with dead children in their arms.
Yeah, not disturbing at all.
No, especially
Completely normal for an airport.
I love going into an airport and seeing murals of crying women, dead children. That's supposed to be the reason why you don't see any men is because they all died in the war, apparently. So they painted over that one, saying, "Oh, hey, yeah, this already happened. There it goes." So they painted over it. Another thing I forgot to mention was that scimitar. Is that how you pronounce it? Is it scimitar?
Scimitar's right.
Scimitar. Our local weapons expert, Sean.
I just call it Alibaba sword.
Baba's is stabbing the dove of peace, which is always a great sign for an airport. That mural is by far the creepiest one. By far.
It's pretty creepy. It looks like that guy off Street Fighter. What's his name? The last guy?
Oh, I know you're Sagat.
No, not Sagat. The other guy. He has a hat.
Bison.
Bison.
Yeah.
He looks exactly
M.
like
Bison. Oh, you're
M.
right.
Bison with the M1 and a scimitar standing over the towers. It's with a gas mask. Of course, it looks totally normal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is what happens in our town all the time. We're just fighters. I don't know. Okay, so there's another mural here. I will direct you to the one that looks like the forest is on fire in the background.
Gotcha.
All right, can you all see that?
Yep.
Again, totally logical.
We will add this to the show notes, by the way, so everybody can see what we're looking at here. All right, so in this one, notice how all these animals over here on the left-hand side and in the middle, that jaguar is dead.
Mm-hmm.
See that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, all those animals are dead. Yeah, there's the buffalo head to the far right. Well, if you look at all the, or look at the very bottom there, and you're going to see a little black girl, either Hispanic or an Indian person, and then a white, what we can only assume to be Jewish or Christian little white girl, all lying in coffins dead, right? This forest behind them is on fire. They've got, I don't understand the symbolism behind the boxes with the birds. I know one's a penguin and one's a quizzical, which I've heard is a symbol of Satan, as in like he's rising, and this quizzical is this bird that represents evil. I don't know why. It's a beautiful bird, but whatever.
Needs
and
horns.
What's that?
I said that thing needs horns.
The bird needs horns, and I bet you they'd be adorable horns.
Yeah, put any horns on anything, call it evil. Of course, everybody knows that.
Well, yeah. I mean, buffalo are evil. They're born with horns. We don't need to put them on there.
Yeah, like goats,
Goats, yeah.
people with horns.
There's a turtle in there too,
Yeah, that turtle there looks really sad.
or
I
dead.
feel, or
Yeah, it looks.
I think
dead
it's
to me.
dead.
I think it's both. It was sad and then it died, and it just retained its look. But yeah, so that one, from what I've heard, represents the cleansing of the world and of people that do not go along with the viewpoints of this new world order, which was brought upon with the destruction of the Twin Towers of the first one. Okay, let me reiterate this for anybody that's out there. Okay, this is sheer entertainment. We are not here, making it known that we are not trying to sell anything or convince anybody that this is true. We're just kind of looking at it and analyzing it and researching it, all for entertainment. That's me. I don't know about Sean.
Oh yeah,
Okay, good.
Or
What
is
about
absolutely.
yeah? Yeah?
Or
Mostly.
is it?
All right, so Critch is here. Sorry. Tyler's here. Believing this. So that's good. That's real good.
I was there, man.
You were there.
I was there too.
You've been to the Denver airport too?
Absolutely. Twice.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't see these murals though.
You didn't see the murals? No.
No, I got to ride in the trolleys, and I did get to see the pinwheels. Didn't get to see Lucifer, but I didn't know to look, so I was kind of in business mode because it was for work.
I like how you sounded so excited when you said you got to ride the trolleys.
Yeah,
They are fun.
Yeah, they're fun, but you can awkwardly stare into somebody else's eyes, and then wherever you look, you look into somebody else's eyes unless you put your eyes to the floor, which most people are just looking at the floor out the windows.
Do they cram you like sardines in those little things? Because it is like the 5th busiest airport on Earth.
When I got there, it looked like one of those Japan things where they like shove all the people into the into the train. I guess there was like a big flight got in or something.
Oh,
We just waited for the next one. We weren't going to get shoved in there.
yeah, it's probably for the best. Let's continue with these murals real quick because there's a lot to talk about with these. Okay, the picture in the bottom right, we will post these on the YouTube channel and also show notes on the website. They're looking at a flower which represents the new age. Yay, they're all children because all the adults are dead. They're going to grow up believing that the new age religion is the one that, shapes and creates the universe around us now. That is also a look into Satan because the New World Order is a bunch of Satanists and lizard people.
I just noticed something. The top right of that picture is the same bird as the other mural.
Yep, up in that upper right-hand corner. See? It's coming, man. It's coming. Okay, go to the very, very last picture, which is the one that I sent you guys, the big mural one. So,
Oh, another thing about that previous picture that
Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard of, it's supposed to represent is that the Last Supper one?
yes.
I
Yes,
think
it
it's
is.
supposed to represent that picture.
I can see it.
And
guess
also
it-
in one video I saw, someone was saying that leopard in the back is Obama.
With its 2 daughters.
Yep,
Of course.
of course.
It
Totally
makes
logical.
total sense.
Of course,
Total
the president of the U.S. is a snow leopard.
That's funny. Oh, okay. So let's redirect our attention to this last picture here. Okay. First off, I never noticed this. Look at the far, far right-hand corner. That last kid who looks like a gun. What is that? The gonzola? What is it called? The gondola. A gondola. Gonzola.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Looks like a gondola person there, just screaming out to the right. He has absolutely nothing to do with this. But look at this. Okay, so all the people, to give you an idea of what I'm looking at here, if you don't get to see the picture or whatnot, it's a rainbow surrounding all the children of the world, all different types of races. And if you look, every single one of them not every single one of them, but these groups of kids have flags wrapped around weapons, and they're giving it to a little white German kid in the middle who's taking the weapons and creating a plow out of it. Underneath that plow is the M. Bison-looking Nazi with the gas mask on. And people have said that it's dead, but it's clearly a statue, because on the far right there's something that says "War, Violence, Hate," and a broken foot, which looks like a statue has been broken in half. But a lot of people are just looking at this and saying, okay, it's going to be the white Germans who take over the world again.
Again.
Well, not when I say again.
Third time's the charm, right?
I guess. I don't know. But a lot of people attribute this thought and mentality to the fact that Project Paperclip. Do you remember what that is? That's where we brought a bunch of Nazi scientists over and said, you have full immunity, but you got to give us all that you got because you guys are geniuses. And so they're completely immune. And according to a lot of conspiracy theorists, is that they went on to create secret societies, infiltrate into our government, and they're the ones kind of running the show now. And the Illuminati started in Bavaria, which isn't Germany, but whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, so that is that last picture. I don't know if I think that it's creepier or the creepiest, but all these pictures just look ominous. Like,
did you see the American flags being held by a Boy Scout?
I did.
But who's holding it with us? What is that? Russia?
That's
so America. I think it's America and Russia.
Oh, it is, because look at the bottom. It's the Russian flag.
Yeah, and then to the right you can see Israel and Palestine.
Right.
And all their weapons are curled up in each other's flags.
Yeah, you see Britain and Italy.
Is that Ireland?
Oh, that is Ireland. My bad. My bad. Yeah. And let's see where else is there.
I think that's India and Pakistan on
right.
the far left. There's Iraq and Iran, maybe.
I'm not sure.
In the upper left. I know that's the Iraqi flag. Saudi Arabia, maybe.
Surprisingly, China's in the very back.
Is that Taiwan, or what flag is that? I can't tell.
I don't know. All right. Yeah, it's strange. Those murals are so creepy. So anyway, the Denver airport was $2 billion with a B dollars over budget when it was created, and it's only located 6 miles away from the airport that was there before. That worked perfectly fine and had no problems with it at all. But they decided to build this monstrosity only 6 miles away, because this thing covers, how many acres is it? Is it 50 square miles? 50 square miles?
53.
53 square miles. That's huge. According to a lot of sources there, including people that were there during construction, they had constructed 5 buildings above ground, right? And what happened is that they said, no, these 5 buildings need to be buried. Now, if you're in construction, I'm not in construction, this is just what I hear. If you make a mistake and you build too many buildings, or they're in the wrong location, you destroy it. And then you take that material and you reuse it. In this case, they actually had to bury it. And sources at the airport are actually saying that they use it for storage. These 5 huge buildings. A lot of the conspiracy theorists are thinking that they're bunkers for the elite, or they're part of gas chambers for the mass extinction of human beings.
Yeah.
Discuss amongst yourselves.
But according to the murals, I think you might be right.
Yeah. Yeah. Me, dude, I'm not the one coming up with the stuff.
What? That's what you said a little bit ago.
Well, shh.
All right.
I have my own reality. And okay, so running along the bottoms of the airport as a whole, there's a tunnel system that's not used by civilians. From other sources, the people that said that they were digging and constructing these underground tunnels, particularly one, I forgot his name, but he, air quotes, committed suicide after divulging this stuff. Said that there were 2 train systems, and they were essentially one way, so they didn't actually lead anywhere. So you get on these gigantic trains that go underground. They would take you to these tunnels, these empty tunnels, with a sprinkler system on either side. And he said that these things were like half a mile long, and why would you need a sprinkler system in an empty tube? And the only explanation that a lot of people say is for a Holocaust-style mass killing of people as well. So that's terrifying if that's true.
Well, if I was a conspiracy theorist, that'd be the first thing that comes to my mind.
Well, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
That.
Well, then you're a conspiracy theorist.
Well,
I was going to say failed automated baggage system.
Or an idiot engineer.
Or an idiot engineer.
Or a whole bunch of idiot engineers.
Obviously, looking at the top, or looking from a 3,000 feet view of the airport, it looks like a swastika. Yes?
Yep.
Yeah, I have to agree, yes.
I mean, if you
Can't
just
really hide
glance
that.
at it, this is where, like, at first glance, yeah, you're like, holy crap, that is straight up a swastika. But, like, if you stare at it, you're like, okay, it's not a swastika. It's just a very, very poor decision on somebody's hands. In my view.
Yeah, the like the arms aren't all the same. Like some are longer than others, and it's
Yeah.
all shifted down, but it definitely resembles it.
Yeah, it definitely looks like one. So something that's. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say that could be just more idiot engineers. I mean, there's a lot of stupid engineers out there, surprisingly.
No, it's true. It's very true.
Anyway, I digress.
Something else that's really strange. Have you, with either one of you, have you ever seen the time capsule that's in there?
I didn't, but I've seen the pictures of it.
You've seen the pictures of it. For those who don't know, there's a time capsule located somewhere in the Grand Hall, which, to conspiracy theorists, that's another Freemason sign there, because they call their halls the Great Halls for every building or every Masonic temple that they've got. But anyway, the time capsule says underneath the completion date of the airport, it says New World Airport Commission, which does not exist. And according to the books for the airport, it was given $4.8 billion to be constructed by the New World Airport Commission, which does not exist. As in, there is no organization called that.
I did
Yeah.
Google it, and I didn't find it.
See?
It doesn't exist if it's not on Google.
Exactly.
Duh. And you don't need it if it's not at Walmart.
Yeah, that's true.
Did I just plug Walmart?
No,
Sure I did.
no. I want an Oculus Rift, but it's not at Walmart, so I definitely don't need it.
Yep.
Thanks. God.
Okay, so this this time capsule is supposed to be opened up in 2094, which obviously this is plenty of time to destroy most of mankind, right, guys?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah,
Yes,
especially when you
yes.
got half-mile long tubes for killing tubes.
And Sean jokes.
I just
And Sean
and
jokes.
I just wanted to tell you guys that is 10 years. That's actually 14 years after Sir Newton said that the world was going to end.
Did you
Sure.
just math, Sean?
I did. It
Good
took a little
job.
bit, but yeah, Sir Isaac Newton did say that 2080 is pretty much the end of the age. So
The
that's
age of what,
1410.
though? Because that could
The
go
end-
anyway.
Pretty much into the world, he said.
I mean, pretty much. Or what did he say?
I don't know. I just listened to a podcast and they said something about, he said at 2080, he did the math, biblical math, because he was into the Bible, and he said 2080 is pretty much the end of the world. End
Yeah,
of
but
the world
how?
is up to translation,
Interesting.
obviously.
Right. Because a lot of people say that the end of the world doesn't necessarily mean the end of the world for
End of
all
the world as
humanity.
we know it.
Right. It's just that. It's the end of the world as we know it, meaning that there's a lot of change that happens,
Yep.
which I hope I'm not alive for because I like my life now.
Good for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was kind of sad, though, Sean. I mean, the fact that you just thanked me for my life. Or wait,
I'm always thankful to have you in my life.
of course you are. So, do you guys like gargoyles?
Yes.
Hmm.
I'm kind of indifferent to them.
I
But
used to watch the cartoon show all the time.
with the big gray dude who was in love with that woman, which
Yeah.
was really strange.
He was a gargoyle.
He was a gargoyle. He was, and then there's that fat dog-like one that was green.
Pudgy.
Was that his name?
No, he was just pudgy.
Oh, yes, he was. Yes, he was. But anyway, back to it. They've got they've got gargoyles coming out of suitcases at this airport.
Of course they do. Why wouldn't they?
I feel like they got a bunch of goth kids and said, make an airport. And as they grew making this airport, they were like, you know what, this needs to be teepees. And they turned into hipsters and they started drinking a bunch of coffee.
I think they just took like $1 million of that $1 billion or $4 billion and just used it on drugs while they were building this thing. It's like,
Possibly.
dude, man, hey, what if we made this like time capsule, dude, and it would be totally rad and put weird symbols on it to make everybody think something really crazy? Yeah. Yeah,
You know what I was
totally.
just thinking? In that time capsule, it says open up in 2094. What do you think is underneath there?
A credit card, the Colorado flag, and a newspaper. Those are very specific because that's what I've read that is supposedly supposed to be in it.
Wonder
A
whose credit card.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Why a credit card?
Because this is getting opened 100 years later, and credit cards was one of the main forms of. This is just stuff to remember people and what they used on everyday things. So
I don't know about you. I use Bitcoin every day.
Every day. And also, I can't remember the last time I even saw a newspaper.
What's a newspaper?
someone in the trash outside somewhere.
Somebody was picking up dog poop with it. What else did you say? There was a and a Colorado flag, right? You know what? I think there has to be some more maniacal stuff underneath there. I'm going to say it's got the skull of a black person, a Mexican person, a white person, and
Don't forget the Asians.
an Asian person. And then I think it's got the skull of a goat and a vial of virgin blood.
Wow.
Oh,
So
Is that it? Is that all?
I was just gonna say there's nothing in there, so they're just gonna open it up, all excited, and it's gonna be nothing.
what if it's a jar of fart?
It's just a big fart jar.
It's just
That would be awesome.
a 90-year-old jar of fart. That thing's just been in there roasting.
After some green chili sauce enchiladas.
Oh yeah, man, perfect. But anyway, oh, who did that? Who was the naughty creature?
Not me.
Not it.
Oops.
It's probably the Tom Thompson.
All right. Well, I think that'll do it for our episode this week. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter at Dimensional Soup and go to our website, dimensionalsoup.com. If you guys have any questions or requests for anything, go ahead and let us know, and we will try to answer all your paranormal questions. All right. Take care. See you guys.